Hi guys, welcome to Line Darts. Thank you so much for tuning in again to the channel. Today's not a review, today is a how-to guide. It's going to talk to you about repointing your darts. Now, you see that a lot of points have come out onto the market recently. I think a lot of this is off the back of Simon Whitlock crucifying dartboards left and right all over the world with the points that he was using. So manufacturers have jumped on the bandwagon and they've brought a bit of variation to what you put on the end of your dart, just to make things a little bit different, just to make things a little bit interesting, to help the grip of your darts in the board, so you're not walking around the local pub scratching your darts on a plain brick wall just to try and get a bit of grip on the board. So I'm going to show you how to repoint your darts. I'm going to go through it in the video. I'm going to talk you through it. Please excuse it going in and out of focus and zooming in and out. I have tried to do this whilst looking over the top of the camera and whilst videoing it whilst I'm doing it. So yeah, enjoy. If you've got any questions, please drop them in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're nearly at 2,000 subscribers, which is awesome. But yeah, it's just going to be a how-to guide on how to repoint your darts, and I honestly think it's extremely easy. And if you are worried about it, please take your time, but enjoy the video, and hopefully this helps you to be able to repoint your darts. Take care. Okay, so we're going to repoint a dart. We're going to use the Mission Repointing Tool, which is right here, and we're going to repoint a Mission Curo dart barrel. As you can see, it's got a standard point in there, smooth point, black point, the standard point that you would get with any sort of new dart straight out of the packaging. Okay, so what you would ideally need to do is you take the actual machine, wind it right the way back so that these 2 points touch here, and then you slide the point of the dart into the base. There's a little notch there, and then you literally hands either side of it, so you're holding onto the barrel tightly, and then slide it up to wind it into the top like you're putting a stem on your dart. Once that's in there and complete, you then undo this bottom section here, which I've already done, which loosens off this section plate here. So there's a little plate there that will grip that point once you wind it down. Then use the top of the tool to wind the dart down into this bottom section here. One thing I will warn you is make sure they're lined up. They are a little bit loose, and it does wobble about a bit. So when you get to a certain point, just check, make sure you're lined up with the hole at the base, like this. So the hole at the base is just there, and just make sure that you're lined up with that little notch, and then just keep winding it down until the point fits snugly in that notch. Okay, so the point is now fitting snugly within that notch there. As you can see, it's just settled in the notch just in the center. Keep winding it down until the actual point comes out of the base of the barrel, out of the base of the tool here. So you've got half the point here, you've got your gripping section there, and you've got the barrel up here. Okay, sorry if I go in and out of focus. I'm trying to do this as I'm looking over top of a camera, so it's not as easy as you would think. So then what you do is you get your tools. You're gifted with Allen keys. Okay, so you're gifted with Allen keys. They come in the packaging, and you literally put them in the slot and tighten them up evenly, so adjust each side equally, okay, because you don't want to over tighten one side and then not over tighten the other side, because then it'll be lopsided and it will probably damage the center of your barrel. So keep tightening that up so she's nice and tight, and that's pretty tight in there now. That's not going to go anywhere. One more little half turn on each one just to make sure I've got that tensioned up, which I have. And then you proceed to use the top winder here. So you use the top winder here, and then you wind the barrel out again. So you just keep turning it. It will be tight, but just pull that out and away she comes. And as you unwind it, you'll hear a little pop, which is what you just heard there. And that is the point coming out of the dart. So just keep winding it back, and then she'll come out nice and easy. That actually comes off, and I will tell you about this. You can take this off and you can put a longer rod in there, which makes it easier for you to twist it. But I will turn this one out now and get this point out of this dart. Trust me to pick one that's tighter than you would ever believe. So just keep winding her out, getting her out there. Open up the arm, open the arm, slide it across, and that's it. You just keep turning and she will come out. And as you can see at the base here, the dart is now completely free from the point. So that's come out of there beautifully. Again, wind right to the top, wind her right the way up to the top. Remind me to get some Loctite on this end nut as well. So keep winding till she's right at the top. So when those two plates touch again, you then unscrew your little base plate here. So you loosen that off. So loosen off your base plate here. Those two screws be nice and loose. Just like that. And then you just slide your old point out the base of the tool. Now I'm going to be reissuing these barrels with the Mission sniper points. Now there are two types of points that you can use. There are ones that have a lip on, which I can show you this if this is zoom in. So this has got a little lip on it. If you're just starting to repoint darts, these are what I would recommend. You do get some that are just straight, which look a lot like this. So they're just dead straight. Let me get that in focus for you. Where's the focus area? So they're just dead straight and look like a normal point. Okay. These ones, the snipers, have a slight lip on them. The reason I suggest using these is because you don't really have to gauge how deep to put the point in. It will stop and it will touch on the end of the barrel once it gets to this lipped point here. So it's kind of foolproof, really. He says, as he most probably now will make an absolute hash of this. But hey ho, there we go. So put your new point into this section here, so the clamp, and re-tighten it up again. There's another point where you need to be quite wary when you are repointing your darts, is when you go to insert the new point into the existing dart barrel. Now if you don't line these up right, you will damage the end of your barrel. So just take a bit of time, just relax and just take it nice and slowly. There's no need to rush it. So let's tighten that one up there. Tighten that one up there. Okay, so that's a nice tight grip now on that new point. So as you can see, the new point's in there. The barrel is completely separate from the new point. So then we then start to wind her down again. So we'll start to wind her down again. And at this point here, you can see I'm using my index finger here to rest the barrel on, just to get that lined up. So as I get closer and closer, I slow down, make sure that we're in line, help guide the barrel onto points, and make sure you're lined up. Guide that barrel onto that point, which is there. That can't move anywhere now, so you just push the pressure on. Get that nice and tight, get a nice tight grip on that point, and you'll feel it. There'll be a lot of resistance there. Just give it a good half twist to really push that into place. And as you can see, that new point is now settled in there nicely. Undo your clamp again. So undo that clamp. Make sure you do this, because if you do get ahead of yourself and you do try to take the dart out of the repointer before you've taken this clamp out, all you're going to do is just take your new point out the dart. So then we just wind her back up, take her all the way to that top hilt again, take your new dart and then literally unscrew it as if you're taking the stem off of a dart. Slide out your dart, and there you have it. And I'll just see if I can get that in focus for you so you can see. I'll just touch on there, get that focused in. And there it is, one newly repointed dart with the Mission Sniper Micro Grip points. And it really is as easy as that. And like I say, if you are worried, just use an old set of darts. Use an old set of darts that you've got laying about. Have a couple of goes on it. And then use it on the darts that you want to use. Don't forget, if you do put the points in an old set of darts, you can just take them out again and put them in your new darts. There's no amount of times that you can take out or put in a new set of points. So that's it. One repointed barrel. Now I've just got to do the other two and get ready to review these bad boys with the new points in. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. That is how to repoint a dart. It is so simple. Like I've said in the video previously, do have a go on an old set of darts first. Please, it's trial and error. Please make sure that you do take your time. Also, the points that have got the slight lip on them, I find they're easier if you're just starting to repoint your darts, and there are loads out there to choose from. You've got points from Mission, you've got people from Thailand, from Singapore, from China, from Japan that are bringing out points left, right and centre. There's so many to choose from, so many different styles, so many different looks. All of them are more advanced for gripping in the dartboard. A lot of them have micro grips, some have got diamond coating on them, some have got grit on them. So it's kind of a personal preference thing as well. Have a look around, have a shop around. Buy loads, they're not expensive things to buy. I think they cost about £3 for a set of points. Buy a load, change them every week, swap them out, swap them in, do a Peter Wright on your points. Experiment, this is what this game's all about. There's no point in buying a set of darts and just playing with them out of the box. Have a bit of fun, change your setup, experiment, try this, try that, different length stems, different length points, different width points, different grips, different sort of feels. Play about. It's part of the fun of this game is experimenting and doing things that are going to either enhance your game, finding out that something doesn't make your game better, changing it back, swapping all the time. I really like the Mission Sniper points that I put in there. I think the micro grip on them is fantastic, and the way I hold the dart, it's really useful for me. So I'll probably be using the Mission Sniper points. There's some really nice ones actually from Q-Sol as well that have got like a rubber dampener on the top that actually pulls back into your darts and creates a fully smooth transition from the point to the barrel. They're really nice as well because they're moulds to the width of your barrel. So they're really cool. Look at the Q-Sol page for those. They're called, I believe they're called the Quick Point or Quick Points. Yeah, Touch Points. That's it, Touch Points from the Q-Sol. So have a look at those as well. Failing that, you've got loads from Target, Windmill, Unicorn do points, Mission do a lot of points. It's a company called Yeah in Singapore. They will ship to the UK. They do some mad points. Look those up, they're crazy. But other than that, enjoy your darts, enjoy changing your points. It is not difficult, and you can pick up the Mission repointer. Comes in a nice case for your repointer at the top there, and all your Allen keys are stored in the base here. The little pocket there for you to store your points in if you want to just store a load in there in case one breaks whilst you're out and about. But other than that, it's really easy. Enjoy it, guys, and enjoy the game. Thank you very much. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe to Lion Darts.